What gun will never kill anybody?
What?
Gun.
Oh, what?
A V-gun.
What the fuck is a V-gun? Oh, a vegan. It's not a gun, though. It's a person. That's stupid. All right, let's do it. Woo! Oh. That expensive whiskey doesn't taste that expensive. Just chugging your beer. All right, yo, what's going on?
Crap. That's really bad whiskey.
It's over $100 for that whiskey. So, what's going on?
Like, here, do you want it to taste worse? More expensive.
Yep. So what's going on, all you hose heads? Oh, you gotta keep on.
I forgot.
Okay, so this is our St. Patty's Day special. Welcome to the Strange Brew Podcast.
We're filming this.
Yes, for all the fans, if you're listening to this on audio and you want to jump over to YouTube, type in strangebrewpodcast.com.
And then you're watching it.
Yep.
As well as listening. It's like a twofer.
Yes, and you can watch us and have fun with us on this very special St. Patty's Day episode. You know, we're all dressed in green. I got bling bling. I got Jameson Irish whiskey. I got Guinness. We got fucking beer. We got Killbag and expensive whiskey.
Nobody cares.
I like the Jameson.
Nobody cares what you have.
I know they do though.
Nobody does.
Hey fans, do you care what we're drinking on, or does it not? Do you not give a shit what we're drinking?
It sounds like I don't think it bothers me that you mention what we're drinking. I think it bothers me that the way you say it sounds like a brag.
It's not a brag.
You're like, look at that, buddy. I have a job. I can afford this $20 whiskey. You got nothing.
Yep.
You fucking bumming streets? He's like, buddy, I got so many of those whiskey bottles in my fucking hut back home under the bridge.
So we're going to do something special. If you listened 2 years ago to the Forgotten episode.
Oh my God, you guys remember that?
If you guys remember the St. Patty's Day episode that we did cover about 2 years ago,
what a shit
you are
show.
A true fan, and that was a massive shit show when Justin was still around.
It was so fun, though. It was so fun to get that drunk. I fucking hate this hat, man.
It's hilarious, though. I love it.
Guys, look how little practical this is. They give you it's like a beanie with like a face.
I think that's dope, though.
So fucking, and if you want to put it around your face, but you can't talk without hurting your chin.
All right, we're talking about.
What the hell are you?
Leprechauns.
I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
Talking about leprechauns.
How many fucking different leprechauns are there?
There's probably 6 or some shit.
Why is there that many different
Because
ones?
it's all stupid fucking folklore that's been passed down by those drunken Irish
isn't
people.
a leprechaun at the end of the day?
Yeah, it is. We're going to Ireland to talk about the leprechauns. Let's get her there.
Oh,
That's a
Let's get her done.
All right, yeah.
Went straight Newfoundland. I guess Newfoundland's 80% Irish.
Really?
Yeah, that's where Ireland. A lot of Irish immigrants
came from.
When they came to Canada.
You know why? They were too lazy to walk any further.
That's literally exactly he's not making fun of it. That's actually truth. Is they found Newfoundland. They're like, oh fuck yeah, let's set up shop here. We're done. And they just fucking plop their goddamn ass while everyone else is like, okay, well we're gonna see what else is here.
So for all the people watching and listening, catch this on YouTube because this will be our last video or film that we'll do for a special for a while, because mostly it will be transferred to Patreon down the road, but we will still do some fun YouTube specials randomly. But I just found it funny that we do them with holidays. It's like, now I think we did Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, and now it's St. Patty's Day.
Oh, it makes it like,
I know,
you know what,
that
fun
might
dressing
be a
up
good idea
and shit.
too.
We'll just
we're all wearing green and
shit. That
is
strictly what the Patreon is every holiday episode.
Yeah, but we're
cool.
building out the Patreon right now, so this is
thank you for the followers.
Yeah, thank you for the one guy we got so far. I love you, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so
it starts with one and then it gets to two before you know it.
Yeah, I know. We're building up right now. So, and this is what we're trying to do.
Just started. There's not even any videos on there. Please don't go do it yet. Wait till we say that there's actually videos there. Though,
but we support we enjoy all the fan support when it comes to buying merch and all that shit. So we're gonna get into leprechauns. This will be a fun, drunken one, that's for sure. I got whiskey going, I got beer going, we got it all going.
All going Canadian, strictly.
I guess we should just bring it into the episode with a little leprechaun rap.
I come from the land of the Irish Spring. Dublin's the place where I learned my thing. From the Emerald Isle to your place in the hood, I'm the man of green, come to do no good.
I think this is where the black guys got it from.
Good. Yeah, they stole it.
Come to do no
good. They stole it.
Stole from
Is that what did leprechauns, were they the ones that first said that wow, that was gonna be a bad fucking joke. Never mind.
I can't take you seriously.
I fucking hate this thing, man. I'm gonna go into this.
All right, for everybody listening, Billy was wearing a
Fucking
stupid
fuck that. They can fucking watch the YouTube.
Yeah,
video
you
if
watch
they
the
wanna see what I
fucking
was wearing.
YouTube. All right.
Look at that shit, man. I feel like I'm about to go fucking ask some 60s girl if she wants to tango with me.
Yeah, hey baby, you want to go do some acid?
Disco just came out, baby. You want to go fuck off and not even go to the dance floor and do some heroin by the dumpster?
Be more like, you want to go dance and do some cocaine, and we'll dance for 5 hours, and the nightclub will be shut all down. And we'll just go home, and I'll try to bang you, but my dick won't get hard.
No, but you'll say no, and I'll go, oh.
So let's get into it. Some sources would suggest that the wee folk, commonly known as Leprechaun or Clurichauns, have inhabited Ireland since before the Celts arrived, around 500 BC. Other sources suggest that the word leprechaun may be a derivative from the Irish version of Leith Horgan, whatever. It means shoemaker. I'm not, sorry to the Irish listeners, but I'm gonna butcher.
I can't get these fucking headphones on, man.
Squeeze it on. There you go. Oh, you got it on.
Oh,
yeah, it's on.
That kind of hurts my head.
Who gives a fuck? You look good though.
Whatever. All right, let's take it. Let's do it.
So there's many different names for a leprechaun, and the kind of definition of like a leprechaun and where this came from was supposedly by Patrick Deneen. For example, it's the leprechaun is the pygmy or pixie or sprite. So essentially, leprechauns are fairies, as we talked about before.
Okay, you know what? I just got to actually tell me that you can at all see that this is actually plausible to where all this came from, because I can 100% see this is exactly where these stories came from.
From pygmies.
Is there was one story about a leprechaun that stole somebody's gold.
Yeah.
And then everybody tried to retell it, and the one guy would be like, that's not how it went. He'd be like, fuck you, you don't know. Because he's pissed drunk, he's getting his story mixed up. And then he's just like, he just kept making alternate versions, and every drunk asshole that got his hands on the fucking story went, now this is what happened. I was
caught
there.
The leprechaun, and I stole his gold.
Or like maybe this was
Ireland.
just a fucking short guy that just fucked the dude's wife and just fucked off.
Fucked off.
Stole his wallet, and he's like, that motherfucker.
So other sources suggest that the earliest record instance of the word leprechaun in the English language at least was 1604, when the comedy play The Honest Whore Part 2 had a scene in which reads, As your Irish lubricant, the spirit whom my preposterous charms, thus thy haste raised in the wrong circle. It's an old fucking play.
When
from
have we
the
talked
600s.
about the honest whore before?
Last time probably we recorded this. When we did
You think so?
Yeah, that's.
I was gonna say, because I remember exactly saying, doesn't that contradict itself?
The
And I was like, okay, well maybe it doesn't. I was like, you can be slutty and just be like, yeah, you just like fuck every single dude, and just after you fuck them, you go, just so you know, I fucked your dad and your brother like literally earlier this morning.
Yep.
And dad and the brother are outside the fucking room. They're like, not bad, eh? Okay, it wasn't bad, but I wish you just didn't tell me that.
These hats are fucking annoying to
I
wear
know.
with headphones. My
Dude,
headphones are
try what I
massive,
did.
too.
I just like reamed it on my
tried.
head, and now
These
it's not
headphones
bad.
are too fucking thick.
Yeah,
That's a thick boy.
Damn, boy.
All right. So lubricant or the loghermans or other derivatives of leprechaun. These words that where we led to calling them leprechauns is from these words, and obviously like plays and stuff in the 60s. That's how
everything
it became.
carries on.
Yeah, it just kind of carries on. David Russell McAnal.
That is not his fucking name.
His name.
That sounds like a McRib.
His name is.
That sounds like
David
a McDonald's
Russell
fucking menu item.
McAnally.
That's not it.
His last name is McAnally.
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 Oh, there's not a C. Oh, is it?
It's McAnally.
Is it McConnelly?
No, it's McAnally.
No, because if you separate, it'd be McConnelly.
No,
Yes, it is. It's Irish. It's McConnelly.
it's not.
It's got to be, because it's not like Mick. You just say the M and then you say the rest.
McAnally.
McConnelly.
McCanely. McCanely.
I don't think you accent the A like that.
Right,
that's fucking hilarious. It sounds like a McDonald's side promotional item, but like,
so it would suggest that the leprechaun is maybe the son of an evil spirit and a degenerate fairy.
he's one of them degens.
Yeah,
He's a fucking degen.
what's a degen? Is that your short form for
It's a degenerate? Yeah, dude, that's not my short form. It's Canadian.
So he's like
America.
a human. What humans are, it's
degen.
neither good or evil. It's kind of a mix of both, like human nature is. You know, remember
That's like everybody.
remember what Richard Ramirez said?
Which one
Remember.
quote? Which one?
We are all evil and we are all good. I'm not 100% evil, but I am evil. You know, so it's like, you know, we're all.
Yeah,
we're all a
well,
little
buddy,
bit
I
evil.
think he did a little more than I did. So-
That's true. Billy did hide in closets, but he never popped out. He just stayed there.
Nobody even knew that I was there. Like next
He
morning,
trained his breathing to sit there in a closet. But
I didn't even peep on him. I just like to pee in.
I thought you said you didn't even pee in there. Like I just held my piss for
Even
5
that too.
hours.
No, I never. They would never have known.
Who'd you like to spy on the most?
Honestly, you're a fucking psychopath. I guarantee, I 100% guarantee if I could have a camera when nobody's around you, you fucking ballerina dance down this basement,
Maybe.
screaming Pitch Perfect, going, I am Justin Timberlake.
Guess what? I've never seen Pitch Perfect or Pitch Perfect 2 or Pitch Perfect 3 or whatever these were.
I love how you know that there's three.
I know.
Sounds fishy, don't it?
All right, so other sources that would suggest that leprechauns are smart, devious little things that would do almost anything to evade capture. All over Ireland, however, there are different descriptions of the leprechaun. These range from having a long red jacket with several buttons on it each side, a short
Like
red
Santa.
jacket with 7 buttons on each side. So they're
What's 7 buttons
it is
on
weird.
each side? You mean like they're doubled?
I guess.
Like going down, like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know those jackets. Yeah, like double up.
leprechaun jacket.
Okay, well, Santa also has that jacket,
Yes,
but
he does. So, and the thing is too, when we're talking about this stuff, like it's weird that we celebrate with green when it comes to St. Patty's Day. We're all wearing green. We got fucking green everywhere during the filming of this. And
I like green. Green's my favorite
originally
color.
leprechauns are dressed in red, and red's my favorite color actually. Is green actually your favorite color?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Yeah, red's my favorite color, and they used to wear red. That
Well,
was the
actually,
thing.
to be fair, green was my favorite color all growing up, and then I hit about an age where I'm like, wow, I'm a grown-ass man. I shouldn't have a favorite fucking color. And I really don't. All colors kind of look nice.
I like
and that's
black
how
and
I
red, and that's all I like.
Well, because you're a fucking child.
Yes, I am. A very mischievous and intelligent population of Ireland, leprechauns are noted for their smart dress and red breeches. I guess breeches is like nice suspenders and shit. With black stockings and
I thought
noted
that'd be like underwear.
maybe yeah
Breeches?
I guess. And
don't know.
noted
I don't remember.
as noted prior, a red jacket filled with ruff around his neck with frills around the wrist. He also dons a black hat.
But he looks like fucking guy from a Shakespeare play.
Yeah, he looks like fucking Prince. He's got furry
from
fucking.
Shakespeare.
He's got Shakespeare too. Oh yeah, the big puffy
Yeah,
arms.
that's what I
and
was
shit.
thinking of.
I was thinking like Prince when
Yeah, that
Dave
too. I
Chappelle
can
plays
see
him.
that,
He's
yeah.
like, "Fuck your couch." N-word. You know what I mean? So he's got the fluffy little frillies and shit.
He wasn't playing Prince
Yes,
when he
he
did
wa-
that
oh,
one.
yeah, that
was
yeah,
fucking what's his face? That wasn't Prince.
Cocaine's one hell
What
of
the
a
fuck's
drug.
his name?
James Brown. That's his name.
Was that who he was impersonating?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But he
that sounds
also
right. I was
Dave
like,
Chappelle,
that wasn't Prince.
Dave Chappelle also makes fun of him, plays Prince.
Yeah, I remember
my
that
mom
one.
loved Prince. I wasn't a big fan of The Color Purple, so let's get it going.
That's why you didn't like Prince. God, you're a fucking kid.
Don't you say one word about the motherfucking times. You know,
You're like, I don't like what he's
Bob.
wearing. I don't like him.
Yeah, he's too flamboyant.
Yeah, you would be fucking straight up. You should have been born in like 2006. You'd crush it as a fucking Gen Z.
I think you would. You get offended by everything.
When the fuck have I ever been offended? When's the last time you heard me go in private, not on camera, when I'm trying to pander to an audience, go, wow, that's too far. It's usually like, Billy, do we need to call the cops on you right now?
So
like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that's true. To set off So to set off his nice clothes, he also wears a silver buckle on his belt with silver buckles on his ankle-length boots to match.
But he's straight up as Santa Claus. This is Santa Claus.
A midget. Ooh.
A midget version. Oh, yeah, you can't say it again. What the fuck am I allowed to say anymore?
A little person.
I don't know. Dude, I grew up and all these words were fine and now nothing is okay.
You can call them
I'm
wee
just
folk.
confused.
You can call them wee folk. Okay?
That sounds so much worse.
I'm going to call them wee folk.
That sounds way worse.
Oh, yeah, little wee folk there in Ireland. Ireland. Go down there and...
Midget was just so specific.
I know.
You knew exactly what you were talking about.
When I'm trying to look for porn, I look up midget porn, not dwarf porn or little people porn. That would come up weird.
Little people porn, and now you're like, you got the FBI on you. You're like, I didn't mean young. I just meant...
It's little. I meant
very
little, okay?
short.
So he's got nice silver buckles and stuff, and he's got nice little boots and little booties and stuff to match. He's about 3 feet tall. Leprechaun cuts an alluring, charming profile perched on top of the shoulder of his human host, which sounds like leprechauns use humans and just be as their host, so they chill on them. But the thing is, at the same time, aren't they trying to trick them? So you know what I mean? I guess
it probably wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
If you had normal intelligence back then, especially.
We'll talk about later how to catch
people are
them.
probably so fucking stupid back then.
Whoops.
Even now, people are
Cheers
still.
the mics
Even
and
thinking now, how dumb people are, and we have the internet where it could literally teach us anything, and we're still absolutely fucking brain dead. But think about back then, with no education, no nothing, people were probably just all absolutely fucking stupid.
I think this is true. I remember hearing about this. I might be wrong. But I remember there was an African tribe, and they thought that anal sex would get you pregnant and vaginal sex wouldn't. So they thought the reverse of us, not that intelligent. So they had loved fucking the vagina, thinking that they weren't going to get her pregnant. And then when they fucked her ass, oh, yeah, we're going to have a kid now. And then, a bunch of kids happened, and they didn't know why. I don't know where I heard that, but I'm pretty sure that's a fact.
I can see it happening.
Look it up.
I wouldn't put it past. That doesn't sound too ridiculous.
So, and I guess they use humans kind of as a travel companion, especially when they come, I think, from the inner world. So that's why they perch on top of their shoulders and all that shit like that. And, Billy's got to hide when he's vaping because his vape sounds so loud, but mine's a little quiet.
Yeah, mine sounds like a goddamn machine gun.
So, attaching themselves to certain principles of Irish clans, attaching themselves to certain principled Irish clans, leprechauns are known to move abroad with these descendants. Okay. So, they do use humans as kind of a way to travel. It's just like getting on a giant's back.
You're fucking your legs. Yeah, so much longer than mine.
But I feel like they have magic. They're magical creatures. Couldn't you be like, I'm in Canada now?
Oh, that's teleportation. Just because you know how to do a couple magic tricks doesn't mean you can teleport.
I guess so.
Probably just magical tricks.
So the leprechaun will mostly
smart.
be found working on shoes. Tink, 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 tink. Tink, 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 tink. Tink, 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 tink.
Let's make this little shoe here for you.
That's so cute, though.
Woodworkers.
It is cute, man. They make shoes and shit.
He's
either has a wizened face or a fat, prissy, round face. Red from drinking poteen or moonshine. He drinks moonshine? That little fucker drinks moonshine?
Is that like a potion? A poteen?
You know what poteen is?
A potent something.
Potato vodka. Potato booze. Potatoes.
So it's vodka.
It's booze made from potatoes.
So vodka.
But can you make moonshine from potatoes? What is that accent? I don't know what that is.
That's Borat.
Potatoes. In all descriptions, however, he carries a magical wand ready at hand for all purposes. And it's funny because we don't really see the magic wand when it comes to leprechauns.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing.
Well, it's because now you're starting to talk about Harry Potter.
Oh, and we know all about Harry Potter's
Reals backstory.
Real. That was based on a true story, and a transphobic woman wrote them.
Feel good about yourself?
I think it was funny for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that. I do like that one. I like that joke.
The 18th century Irish poet William Anglingham described...
Fucking Shakespeare. I was like, come on, I'm waiting for him to make a debut somewhere here.
We can talk about Shakespeare later. I thought he fucked his cousin.
No, I just wanted him to make a debut.
Well,
Probably. Probably
Edgar Allan Poe
fucking
fucked his 13-year-old cousin or some shit.
Oh, dude, what was that thing that you posted about fucking Morgan Freeman?
Oh, yeah, that's actually like...
That can't be true.
According to Bill at work, Morgan Freeman had sexual relationships with his granddaughter, but she wasn't actually blood related. They adopted her.
No, but how young was she? 13?
She was 16 at the time when they got together, and he was like, how old? I don't know, 40s or 50s. Yeah, and I was like, not Morgan.
No, that can't be true.
Morgan has one of my favorite fucking quotes in the world. You know how to end racism? Stop talking about it. I'm a white guy saying that, so who knows how much value that has.
Yeah.
So
well, he said it. So
this is why it comes. So the original like word that it comes from this play in the 16th century. Then we travel to the 18th century, where Irish poet William Anglingham describes the appearance of the leprechaun as a wrinkled, wizened, and bearded elf. Spectacles stuck at a pointed nose, so they're wearing glasses because they're fucking so careful, fucking talking on their shit.
You got your little fucking prescription. He's probably got like super goggles too, like those glasses with the goggles at the end,
like the Spy Kids thing that like he clicks it and then like zooms in really far.
Okay, probably not like that, but it's probably just those goggles that are one size that you just put to the end of your glasses.
That diamond, like that people that diamonds wear.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called. I should know that.
They're probably just magnifying glasses, but yeah.
Keep playing with my little necklace. I like it.
It is a nice necklace. I just got a shot.
You have a shot glass?
Oh, I should have took my boot.
I know. You want another one?
I didn't think. No.
You sure?
Yes.
Want some Jameson?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
So yeah, he's got spectacles on his pointy nose, silver buckles on his shoes, as we said. It says on his hose. I don't know what that means.
On his hose?
Yeah, it does.
Was that on all of his women? I got all of these on my hose.
He's got a leather apron like he's fucking Leatherface and a shoe in his lap. And it's weird he makes shoes in his lap. That's
you say he's got a leather apron like he's leathered face?
Yeah, Leatherface always wore a leather apron, you know? It was made of humans probably, but
it was probably just like a apron like around his waist.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
So the shit didn't get on his fucking
whatever he
clothes.
was building with. Yeah, and this is his description in the 18th century of where we get the mainstream is that right? Mainstream leprechauns? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
So, well known for their buried treasure, thought to be hidden at the end of an Irish rainbow. Does the rainbow have to be Irish, or can it be LGBTQ+ or whatever the,
2+?
Whatever that is.
Is there a plus sign at the end of that now?
Because it's everything you could think about. You want to?
I'm done. Just carry on.
You want to have sexual relationships with a horse?
I don't fucking understand things, and it confuses me. And I'm just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to treat you very nice, no matter what.
Who you are.
Whatever you want me to call you, I'm going to call you. And I'm just very confused by everything.
Yeah, if you
and I'm just going to leave it to you like that.
I'll go nay back to you.
And that's just where we stand now, because I can't fathom a lot anymore.
I was talking to a buddy at work, and we just kind of were talking about it, and I just said, I never thought I'd see half the things that I saw in this generation growing up with things being canceled and what people are saying about things and how sensitive.
Aunt Jemima? Motherfuckers got syrup.
I feel like we're not gonna. I don't want to get into this, but the fact that they took all colored black faces off of products, but they kept all the white faces. You can have the Quaker Oats guy. You can have
Mr.
KFC. The Colonel.
The fucking Colonel is okay.
He stole his recipe from a black woman in Kentucky. Or it was somewhere around there, Louisiana or some shit. He literally stole his recipes from a black woman. That guy's fucking face is still up on the fucking billboard, like, come get your chicken. All right, I'm done.
Come get your chicken.
I'm done. So some sources would suggest leprechauns have a valid reason for avoiding humans. They are self-appointed guardians of the Ireland's ancient buried treasure. And this is thought to have been left by the Danes as they plumaged and pillaged, obviously, almost like the Knights Templar, where they went around, they fucked with everybody and stole their gold. So they trusted the gold to the leprechauns. Like, you guys take care of this stuff. We see you there. You're doing good work. Here's a bunch of fucking gold. And if you protect it, we'll get you a bunch of hookers.
That's nice. But if I don't protect the gold and I take it, I could probably get more hookers than you're going to give me. If you think like that, though.
So typically burying the treasure in crocks or pots deep in the Irish countryside.
A fucking crock pot?
No, not like a crock pot.
Like, are you talking about cooking pots right now?
Yeah, like crocks.
Oh no, you're talking
like a witch's,
about literal, like a witch's crock. Like that is what a leprechaun's pot of gold is.
Yeah.
Is those big ass pots.
All right, before this gets warm, let's crack the fucking Guinness. Should I shake it up a little bit?
No, ew. No, not unless you're pouring it. You fucking idiot. Oh my god, that's annoying. Oh my god, speaking of Guinness, I saw a TikTok the other day and it blew my fucking mind. This one guy was like, oh my god, guys, did you know that there's a ball in cans of Guinness? And
I saw that too. And he's like, takes it out. You want to take out the ball and play with it?
But then the fucking TikTok, like, the prove it or not guys, actually made a video trying to prove it that it was real. And I was like, of course, but that's what I mean. I'm like, anybody who's ever held a can of it, I'm like, do you not feel that there's something in there?
If you have a stupid account on TikTok,
fucking kidding me right now?
The Strange Brew podcast. And
or Billy, I do story time now. Story time. And then I just tell you ridiculous things that my mother taught me when I was a kid. And they're not okay. They're not okay.
All right, so obviously they credit themselves for having kept these hoards safe for so obviously like that humans are greedy. They're greedy creatures.
Like everybody.
Like everybody.
Everybody is. I don't care what you say.
I know. All right, a little technical difficulties on the video side.
That sucked.
But we'll get back into it. Let's get. So they credit themselves obviously for keeping all these hoards of gold, and they think of humans as greedy, foolish creatures, knowing where the treasure is buried, nor of course worthy of having access to the loot. They don't want to have anything to do with it. So, if caught by a human, the leprechaun will promise great wealth if he is allowed to go free. Therefore, the leprechaun always carries 2 leather pouches.
Because they're a bunch of fucking liars.
Yep, they are.
That's all they are.
Leprechauns, yes, they definitely are. So, in one, there is a magical silver shilling which returns to his purse. Cute. Every time it is paid out.
He got
the cute purse.
Got a little purse on
And
you.
the other pouch, he carries a gold coin, which he only uses in very difficult situations. For example, if a human catches the leprechaun. And so he has one coin, one purse with coins in it, and then if you take it out, it always reappears back with the leprechaun. So you think, oh sweet, I'm getting rich, and as soon as you take one out, and you're like putting them back, you're putting them in your fucking backpack or some shit.
Yeah, and the second you let go of it to reach, you're grabbing the exact same one.
Yeah, back over and over and over again,
which is kind of cool.
It is cool.
So, like, that guy could literally pay for anything in his entire life is with that one coin, as long as it only costs that one coin.
Yep.
If that coin, I hope, costs like $1 million, because like he could just keep buying things with that one coin.
Yeah, and then it comes back, you put it in a vending machine.
Be like, buddy, I don't need change. You keep it. You just put this right in your till there, bud.
So if he is caught, like, okay. So then the captive will give the human the gold coin. The human will immediately let go of the leprechaun. That's the other pouch. So supposedly, like, here's your like gold coin, and he lets go of you. And oi and behold, the coin will immediately turn into ashes in a blink of an eye. The leprechaun will vanish. So the human must not take his eye off him. It almost is like so.
The sneaky fucks.
They're sneaky. They're vindictive, sneaky pieces of shit. That's what they are. And it's interesting that they do that. They have these like almost like spell charms. You know what I mean? That like kind of they fuck with you. That's what leprechauns are. They literally fuck with you. So, and like how he has a little purse and then he switches it and all of a sudden he's got the cold coin turns into ashes. Like, it's cool little fucking shit, man.
That's like magics.
It's magic.
Wow, that's magical.
Even though it's like a sleight of hand trick and he's just doing what every magician does.
Well, turning coins to ash is pretty cool.
You gotta say, that Chris Angel guy, I don't know about him. I think he's a witch. A warlock. He like walks up walls.
Let's kill him.
Let's burn him on
the
fucking stakes.
You get fucking FBI. Chris Angel's security guards.
Hey, have you heard about Chris Angel in the last like fucking 5-10 years? I have not.
No, guarantee he's off on a drug problem. 100%. 100%, buddy's like sitting there heroined out of his fucking tree. Heroin.
I haven't seen Chris Angel.
If you say doped up,
yeah.
Doped up usually used to mean weed, Now I feel like it means harder things.
Dope used to mean heroin, then it went to weed. Now it's going back to
I was
heroin.
gonna say if I hear someone's doped up, I like immediately think that they're on heroin.
The heroin.
I don't know if Chris Angel's doing that. Don't quote me. Don't.
I don't
tell
know
your friends
what.
that.
If anybody knows,
I would love
Chris
to.
Angel
Can
is,
we
let
start
me
that
know.
rumor though?
Yeah. Chris
Can I say I started that rumor? I like starting rumors. They're fun for me. Can we do that?
If anyone knows where Chris Angel is, can we let us know? Yeah, and
we can't start that rumor.
And if anyone wants to keep talking about how Chris Angel is a heroin addict,
dude, it's so bad what he did to his wife too.
Yeah,
he fucking he made her shoot up and threw her off a bridge,
and then he raped his kid.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where you are, Chris Angel, but fuck you.
He was cool. I liked him. I
used to like watching it too.
Anyways, Leprechauns.
Mind freak! Leprechauns like to drink poteen, potato booze, as we already talked about. They are keen musicians who like to dance.
Oh, I thought it was going to be more upbeat. This seems like a leprechaun slow dance.
Yeah.
Where he'd move his hand down her back slowly and just hope he grabs the boobies. Or the bum-bums.
The booty?
The bum-bums. That's what I meant to say, the booty. I said the boobies.
All right, so they're key musicians.
Either both,
who like to
you just
dance.
do both.
They play the fiddle and the harp, and they're well known for their musical talents. The harp is kind of...
If you fucking devoted your life to playing the harp... Should have picked a better fucking instrument.
I saw a chick on TikTok. I don't know why this thing is all about TikTok, but I saw a chick on TikTok playing the fucking the harp like crazy good. She could do songs like the Harry Potter fucking song.
That's cool. You should have picked a better instrument. Why is the harp the one you picked? Why'd you pick the harp? Why'd you have to do that? You could have played
because you know
anything.
why?
Honestly,
because nobody plays the fucking harp nowadays.
I know, but because it's stupid.
Is it?
It's like if Buddy comes on with the fucking accordion. Are you going to be all on his ass?
The accordion is dope as fuck.
My mom played the accordion.
Really?
Yeah, she was forced to.
Is she a fucking homeless guy with a monkey trying to make his ends?
She wanted to play the guitar, and I think that's why she bought me one when I was a kid. Her mom wouldn't let her. Said it was the devil's music, and yeah.
I don't mind Guinness.
It's okay, but you can only have one, max one.
Two.
No, buddy, some people are fucking nuts. It sits so heavy.
There's a lot of iron.
Sip. I haven't had a fucking sip of Guinness in a long time.
There's a lot of iron in it. It's good for old people. Old people love Guinness. It's weird, though. It's like an acquired taste. You have to get used to it.
Yeah. It almost tastes like coffee.
Yeah.
Like a toffee coffee alcohol.
Toffee coffee?
A toffee coffee.
Toffee coffee. Guinness is weird, though.
It is odd.
It's a weird beer. You don't drink.
No, but there was one guy in New Brunswick that I served. I'm a bartender, if you guys don't know, for the majority of my life. Maybe not longer. Stay tuned. But anyways.
Stay tuned. Be a manager of a grocery store? All right.
We'll see what happens.
Let's go.
But no, this guy fucking, I swear to God, Guinness sits so heavy, especially at a tab. And I watched this fucking dude, no joke, drink 17 of them.
What?
17 fucking pints of Guinness.
Talking at work,
I'm like, you are fucking disgusting.
It's not so much iron, it makes you poop, man.
Yeah, I was like, you were
That's
so
why
gross.
old ladies shit themselves.
It was by number 4 that I was already starting to really question him, and then he just kept fucking going. And every pint I poured, I'm like, this is so fucking gross. That's disgusting.
I just put my mouth on something from the dollar store.
That's what I was saying. That's disgusting too. I finished my story, and you were the one that was disgusting.
So
you're worse than 17 Guinness.
They play fiddles and harps. Fiddles are fun. They're well known for the musical talent.
I like violins.
I know.
Fiddles, yeah.
They are known to have wild music sessions at night. So everyone's fucking snorting coke and shit. Yeah, let's get this going. It's freaking out and shit.
You'd feel like if the cops come. We're just smiles. Smiles and offer him a gold coin.
It's known as a Celius, with hundreds of Irish leprechauns gathering together to dance, sing, and drink poteen. These motherfuckers. Is
that kind of like what's that? What's the Native American
powwow?
Powwow.
It's like jumble.
I was like a jump wow. I was gonna say jump wow.
But it's funny. That's where we get all this tradition from. And the fact is, Irish people also don't give a shit that all around the world celebrates a fun way of drinking and stuff like that. And most Irish
people. Do you really think it would take a lot for us to be Oh, okay. Wow. We can't make this about drinking. Buddy, I make Christmas about drinking.
I know.
That is the only day a year I crush a full bottle of Bailey's before noon, and it is okay.
No,
and
but
nobody
I'm saying
bats an
how
eye at me.
Irish people don't get offended the fact that the entire world celebrates a holiday based on them for drunkenness.
Shouldn't they like embrace? Why would they get offended by that?
Because everyone gets offended by everything.
Well, Irish people don't. They're badass.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm Irish. Fuck yeah. Well, not Irish, but I have it in my blood. Like you have Mexican in your blood, but you look like
But you're one of those like 164th, aren't you? I remember us talking about this actually. You're like, yeah, and I'm this and this and this and
German,
this and this
Scottish,
and this.
Irish,
That's too
British.
much. Go fuck yourself. You're not a 16-year-old girl. Pick like 3, and that's all you are.
I'm Irish.
No, you don't get to pick. Actually, I changed my mind.
I gotta pick my gender.
You pick where your mom was born and where your dad was born, and then where you were born. That's about it. Anything past that, go fuck yourself.
Kingston, Ontario, and Toronto, Ontario.
You're Canadian. Here.
Shit.
Go fuck yourself for the rest of
God
it.
damn it. I want to be Canadian. Canadians are racist, man. I'm going to fucking ban Canada. All right.
Fuck those snap, crackle, pop motherfuckers.
All right, let's just get back in. So they love having like parties and getting drunk, and that's funny why this is what's based on this whole culture of having St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
And both of us working in bars and stuff, guess what I always booked off? St. Patty's Day, because I didn't want to fucking work when I was a cook. I'm not a cook anymore, but when I used to be, when I was a chef,
usually only
fuck that.
Only the people that were like actually not that good at their job got those days off. Because I've tried to book that a million times, and they go, "That's funny. Get to work."
No,
and I go, "Okay, I'm
They
working."
always wanted me there, but I just said, "I'm not coming in. Sorry, you can fire me, but I'm not coming in."
Over St. Patrick's Day, you're a cocksucker.
I have an excuse.
You're a piece of
because
shit.
My girlfriend's birthday is the March 15th, so I always booked it around the same. Oh, I'm celebrating my girlfriend's birthday. And I always had the excuse of like, I have fucking plans, motherfuckers.
You used your girlfriend for St.
Yes,
Patrick's
it's
Day.
true.
You're a piece of shit.
So they never do, however, become so drunk that the hand that holds the tiny shoe hammer becomes so unsteady that the shoemaker's work is affected. So these motherfuckers are so good at their jobs that they will have parties. They will get fucking wasted.
I don't think
But
they'll
they
get
know-
wasted. I think they'll have like a sip of a drink, and they'll be like, if I have more than that, I'm going to shake. I better stop drinking.
I want to see a party of like 100 leprechauns.
That'd be kind of cool.
They're 3 feet tall, so the size of like a little gray alien or something like that.
Oh, just like
and
that, eh?
I want to see them all drinking, and then just like you just like pour it like here, have a shot. You hand them a glass like this, and then they're like trying to hold it with their little hands.
That's so
Because
great.
I've also it says 3 feet tall. I guess okay, that's tiny as shit. I was thinking
3 feet tall is literally half of me.
Okay, no, I was thinking they were smaller though. I thought they were like fairy size.
3 feet.
We're like like this. I'm talking about like people are on the audio.
3 feet's
I'm
at
talking
my
about,
waist. My
Yeah,
waist
yeah,
is 3
like
feet.
like a small.
That'd be like
a little person,
about like right here,
like a little person.
like right there. That's about door handle, just over door handle height. That's about 3 feet.
Yeah, 3. And I would like.
This is a very small door handle, actually.
I thought that's weird. It is
Why
weird.
is that door handle so low to the ground?
I don't know.
I don't like it.
I just want to mention that I thought too they were like more or less like fairies in folklore, so they were like small.
Yeah, I would think like maybe like a foot, maybe.
That's what I thought.
Maybe.
That you could see them like running around. They're like little tiny fuckers, man.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
No, but 3 feet. That's door. That's midget.
Okay, we have a. Oh, I'm not even, fuck it. I'm not even talking about. We have a famous Scottish fan that loves this shit. Shout out Terry. But we need an Irish fan to explain all this shit to us. And I know there's people from Ireland that listen. So
Should go ask my brother's dad.
if you, I don't. What do you guys know about leprechauns? Are we being insensitive?
Did I tell you? Danny's dad was born in Dublin.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope, actually. I actually feel like I know an Irish dude when I used to work at an Irish pub, but who cares? So I just find it funny that they would drink and they would do all this stuff, but they would never let it affect them for like their tinkering.
They're ding, 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 ding.
So other sources suggest that on the west coast of Ireland, where the Atlantic winds bring constant rain and winds, the leprechauns would dispense with all their frills in favors of a freezy coat, a type of plasterware to protect his smart suit and his hat. So his very nice dress, so he would wear something to protect it.
He's like, I don't want to.
He's also so protected by the overcoat that a person would pass a leprechaun on the road and not even notice he was there. It's almost like the invisibility cloak in Harry Potter. Which is a true story.
Shut the fuck up. I'm not going down this road with you.
The leprechaun family would appear to be
this.
split into two different groups. The leprechauns are deemed to be different. The leprechauns would be deemed to be hardworking folk. With principles and occupation as shoemakers and tinkerers, so they like building shit. Tink. If anyone knows, the comedian. Oh fuck it! I can't. I'm drawing a blank. Fuck it.
Anyone, dude, I can help you so much. I know all of the comedians and everything they say.
The guy that believes the Illuminati is gonna kill him, and he's a very small black gentleman. And Cat Williams.
Oh, Cat Williams.
Cat Williams. He had a fucking joke about a runner that had no legs, and he beat everybody because he had those prosthetic legs that are like. Metal.
It's called the Blade Runner. Yeah, that's a real thing. And then that guy killed his girlfriend.
Tink. He's like, here comes Tink. Tink, because you just hear him running. It's a terrible joke, but it's fucking hilarious. So when I hear tinkers or tinkerers, it makes me think of tink, as he's running faster.
Did you know that guy killed his girlfriend?
Yeah, I heard about that shit too. Yeah,
and he said his girlfriend.
Fucked up.
This is the best part though. His girlfriend locked herself in the bathroom.
Oh, I heard about this.
And he kicked down the door. You think if the blade hit the door, just go like there's no fucking way that would actually like go through the goddamn door.
I know it's true.
There's
that
no way.
Story's fuck. I know about that story too. So they were tinkerers. So anyone that dared to say different, they actually were using a derogatory word if you called them something different. So we already did, but they're
the word different. They didn't like the word different?
They didn't like if you
if you
fun
said
of
something.
them and
Okay.
shit.
Of course they didn't. They're short people.
Honestly,
very sensitive. If you haven't noticed.
The leprechauns are super sensitive.
I'm saying any short person.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm average height.
Kidding.
They're exceptional. They're exceptional in the realm of the fairy world, as they're only fairy who have they're the only fairy folk, I guess. Like, because we talk about fairies, I love talking about fairies. The fairy episode was fucking hilarious to me. It was a fun one. But because they have a trade, no other fairies actually work. They're like, we fucking go to work every day. We working on fucking 5. And
they're hustlers.
Yeah, they are.
They're fucking hustler piece. Like I was gonna say pieces of shit. Kinda. That's pretty much what they are.
Yeah. Tinkerers are, in fact, they make metal. They're metal boot makers, and tradespeople have a great ability to mend and fix things. Whether they're cousins,
the drunks,
the Clurichauns are very different characters.
What do the Clurichauns do?
Enter into the world of the leprechaun's drunken cousin, the Clurichaun. Clurichaun meaning cobbler shoemaker. So leprechauns are essentially tinkerers that make shoes and tinker and fix things to mend them and make them like better and to fix things. While their cousins are more or less shoemakers that get drunk and don't focus very well.
They're like, this shoe's gonna be really good if you have like 9 toes on one foot. And I made it morph every toe. I don't know why I did that. I really hope somebody buys this from me.
Leprechauns are also highly embarrassed by their drunken cousins, and they are known to totally disassociate themselves from them, not even acknowledging they exist. You know that aunt that you don't like?
You know what that is? A piece of shit family member.
Yeah, the aunt that you don't like.
Fuck them. The ones that fucking cut themselves out. I don't care what that aunt did. Yeah. That's your fucking family, and you treat them with respect. I don't fucking care. That's
you can choose your friends, you can't choose your family, right?
Exactly. And you appreciate your family for who the fuck it is.
Yeah, and
that's your family, man.
Want to get on a
these leprechauns are bullshit. No, fuck these leprechauns.
My uncle just died of an overdose, and then my aunt died a year prior because of alcoholism. So it's sad, man. You can't choose your family members. You gotta just hang in there. And
that was not at all where I was going with that.
I know, but at the same time,
Stop pandering.
All right, so leprechauns are highly embarrassed by their drunken cousins, and they are known to be like totally dissociate themselves from them, not even acknowledging their existence. The Clurichauns are my fucking favorite though, because Nicholas O'Kearney,
What do you do?
the 19th century folklorist, in 1855 describes the Clurichaun as another being of the same class. He is jolly, red-faced, a drunken little fellow, and was ever found in the cellar with a brim full of tankard of wine in his hand, drinking and singing away merrily. Any wine cellar known to be haunted by a sprite was doomed to bring their owner a speedy ruin. So
this is the one that literally just went into the wine cellars.
Don't say it. You're gonna ruin it.
Oh, I fucking knew it, though.
That's fine, but this is from
what I'm trying to explain it as well.
Stop touching the laptop with your weird, creepy fingers.
Got long pants.
Billy,
no, but is this not the fucker that like walked in and like broke in everyone's wine cellars?
Yes, the Clurichaun do that. They literally like will they will fuck with you. And if the Clurichaun are mistreated in any way, they will wreak havoc on your home and your wine cellar. So they're born hypocrites. They steal everything in sight.
Is that like where it hits somebody the hardest? They're like, no, you take my wife, not my wine cellar.
Yeah, literally. They're literally like, they will steal everything in sight, and they're born hypocrites. If they see a dishonest servant or human drunkard, so if they see a drunk human, they will torment the victim by jumping case to case to follow him or her. So say you have a wine cellar.
Is that a beer case to a beer case?
Yes, like a
Is that
wine
what you
case.
meant, case
and
to
this
case?
guy's jumping from each to each and fucking with them essentially. And that's what they do is these Clurichauns will fuck with you and drink all your wine. You'll come downstairs and you'll see this little wee man. Or I don't think they're 3 feet. I've heard that they're like the
everything
size
gets exaggerated. So
I would think a leprechaun should be the size of this bottle. That's how I would see them, like tall enough where they could hide and not be seen, or the size of a Mickey.
A 3-foot person could hide very well and not be seen. Very well. It would. I would just go around, dude. My sight of vision only goes down.
Do you remember the Urban Legends episode?
Sometimes you open the door and I'm like, oh, Tom. Yeah, you're there. I gotta look down, like because I'm towering. I'm like 17 feet tall.
If you were 6'7", I would maybe be like, all right, but you're not that tall. But you remember in the Urban Legends episode where we talked about that like clown statue, and it was a midget standing there that just like froze from the circus. Yeah. That shit, like how the fuck? It's pretty big.
Scary.
I know. Yeah. So. They're kind of like born hypocrites, and they will jump and they will torment your victim if you're drunk. The funny thing is they get drunk. They're a bunch of idiots that get drunk, and they will fuck with you. All right, fuck this shit.
Yeah. Well, no, I like that.
I know. Keep your head on. My fucking headphones can't handle it. Because my headphones are fucking massive. So like, which I find is funny. They're like literally bitter little monsters. They will like go against you based on everything you do, but
little pieces of shit.
They literally are. The best way to keep them happy and on your side is to keep your liquor cabinet well stocked. Make sure you keep that shit stocked.
Yeah,
bitch.
but like, how much money?
I'm lighting up a dude.
Like, because if they're like clearing out liquor cabinets, like how
I know.
much?
How much do they drink for such little people? Because
no, but
in
like,
the stories
but I'm saying, how stocked do you have to keep it?
See,
I wouldn't be able to go to the fucking liquor store fast enough. And you'd be like, I'm mad you're empty. And I'd be like, well, you're
everyone stop thinking
like
they're 3 feet
water.
because in every research that I've done, this is what they had with what I've written, but I've dug deeper and stuff like that. Every depiction of Clurichauns and leprechauns, they're like small enough to sit upon a barrel of wine.
Wow,
so
are you
tiny.
talking about this like leprechauns are real?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh my fucking God. It's a fucking story.
I know, but
I imagine them like I understand how you imagine them. The story says 3 feet, so let's go with 3 feet.
That's so big.
And it's already a ridiculous fucking story.
Yeah, I guess.
3 feet, and if you're an alcoholic, okay, maybe you can chug a bottle of wine.
If you fucking don't smell that, just take
you.
one little puff.
I don't.
Just
I get really tired.
No, just one, just
if I start falling asleep,
just barely inhale it. That's it. That's all you get. That's it. It's funny if you get tired off of that little bit.
I'm done. Podcast over.
Yeah, we're smoking a joint. Because this was supposed to be a fun one and one I want to fuck around with a little bit, but it's like you have to keep your shit well stocked because you want to keep them drunk because then they're like not gonna be as mischievous, I guess.
That's how drunk can they get? Like I don't understand. They're clearing out wine cellars.
Yeah,
cellars. A cellar indicates if you have a wine cellar. I'm gonna say off the top of my head that indicates you have a minimum of 50 bottles of wine down there.
Yeah, you'd have to have a lot of wine.
That's going to be a minimum to have a cellar. So and that's a minimum. Cellars usually have more than that.
He's bringing all his friends in. Like, yo, Jerry, you hear about this guy? What's an Irish name? Oh, you hear this guy, O'Brien? O'Brien's got a bunch of booze, man. And then he's bringing all his friends. You come down. Damien's an Irish name.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, whatever.
That's where my brother's dad's from.
Oh, you come
Dublin,
down. You come downstairs, and then there's all these little people, and that's what I picture them, like tiny little fuckers. They're all on the wine barrels, and they're all drinking. And you come downstairs, like, what the fuck? And then it's like Gulliver's Travel, where they're like hitting you with spikes and like pinning you to the ground. You know what Gulliver's Travel is, right? Yeah.
But like, okay, so let's talk about like a normal wine cellar though. So like, I'm saying 50. If you're like I own a wine cellar, and you like wanted to brag about it, and you needed enough wine down there to call it a cellar, you'd put about 50 bottles.
Yeah.
But I went down to one of my friend's house. His father had a wine cellar. Went down there. And I'm going to say, like, what he had down there was to the tune of maybe 400 bottles of wine.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, those.
My grandpa used to have a wine cellar, and I think it was about like 60, 70 bottles. Something
like that. That's right? A lot. Yeah. Well, that's a lot. 60, 70 bottles can fit in like 3.
He used to make his own wine.
That can fit in like 3 cabinets.
Yeah.
If you have like a cellar, like a basement cellar, and it's full. Yeah, you're talking like hundreds of bottles of wine.
My grandpa used to make his own wine. I used to steal it.
Yeah, you don't know.
He's dead now. You don't know at all.
You don't know.
Actually, he knows everything.
He knows now. He's gonna whip your ass when you fucking die.
And they would literally like fuck with you. And if you didn't treat the Clurichauns well, they would end up fucking with you so much that they end up destroying your shit. They would destroy your lives. And if a Clurichaun are mistreated in any way, they will actually wreak havoc on your home and your wine cellar, like we said.
Yeah.
But they're just like dicks. Like they're
a piece of shit.
Sure. They're dishonest, and whether or not a Clurichaun is a distinct species or a fairy, they're related to whatever leprechauns are, and they are just leprechauns on a bender every night. The leprechaun family, however, would reject this notion, and they actually, they don't even mention the Clurichaun in the same breath. They're like, we don't know them. We have no idea who they are. We don't know.
Could you imagine being such a piece of shit family member? You cut off any other family member. Like you're absolutely that big of a piece of shit. I'm sorry, guys, if you've done that. If any one of you, I hope there's a very good reason you have. But if you've ever like felt the need to never even describe one of your family members as being your family member, you might be pretty much the problem.
And the fact that the leprechauns are so mischievous in nature.
Yeah, you're probably the piece of shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. And they are known for being douchebags and doing stupid shit. The fact that they won't even acknowledge their drunken cousin that is like way worse than they are is like fucked up.
Which that's a big thing too. Like everyone has that family member, right? And there's no harm in being like, yeah, that's my fucking cousin. And you're like, that's him. Yeah, he's a fucking character, all right?
Oh, he's a character.
Yeah, like we don't get along that much. Maybe we don't talk that much, but yeah, that's my cousin. But to be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, I'm like, wow, you're a fucking terrible fucking person.
So in the country of Cork, for example, the Clurichaun would appear to haunt the cellar of a Quaker gentleman called Mr. Harris. What do they mean?
What's a Quaker gentleman?
That's what I was thinking. Is a Quaker gentleman like the guy from the Quaker Oats?
I was gonna say he makes a lot of oatmeal.
Yeah.
He's like every child may have bowls of maple syrup and brown sugar.
Yeah.
Or sorry, maple syrup, brown sugar and cinnamon. That's what it is. Or no, apple cinnamon. Oh, dude, cookies and cream.
Okay, yeah. That joint definitely got me stoned. So let's get back into
I'm
it.
fucking high.
You took one little puff.
I don't smoke weed. I'm telling you. I just said the words. Oh, cookies and cream.
Yeah, you did. I hope you stay focused right now. So this is
Stop handing me things.
I gave you one little puff. Okay?
I don't smoke weed. I told you.
All right, the Clurichauns would appear like, which I think is that the Quaker, a Quaker gentleman. Is that someone who has curls in his hair? We're not getting into this right now.
Is that a slur for a white guy?
A Quaker? That'd be funny. Can we start that? If anyone's listening,
I don't think that's starting it. I'm asking, like, is that already a thing?
Someone please call. If you are a different race than a white person, if you're black,
Would you ever call us a Quaker?
if you're
a
Middle
Quaker?
Eastern, Quaker is well.
No, you don't know. I love how you went to go answer that, but we're both actually curious what it is.
I can edit this out of the audio. But
No,
if you
fuck
want to
up.
look it up,
No, I don't
like
want
real
to.
quick, I can edit this out.
Nah,
of the audio.
fuck it.
All right.
You guys tell us what a Quaker is.
To me, it sounds like a cracker.
It's gotta be. That's what I said. I'm like, it's gotta be a slur towards a white
Quaker
guy.
Oats is that fucking dude with his little fucking. He's got the stupid old face
Yeah.
and the wig that like
Okay,
used
so
to wear
maybe
bang the javel.
maybe a Quaker's an old person.
Quaker Oats, man. That's all I fucking know.
We'll find out right after.
All right.
And
Right
again,
after these
he'll have to remind me, but I'll try to post it on the page. I don't remember
won't. You
what
never,
we do.
ever
I sometimes do.
I keep
did like
cheersing
twice.
the mic by accident. Okay, so let's get.
You
into
keep telling me to stop doing that. You got mad
I'm
at me
also
when I kept
drinking
doing
straight.
that.
You want some fucking shit? I maybe shouldn't drink shit straight and smoke joints. So apparently the cook. So this Quaker homeboy, whatever that is, I'm gonna start calling people Quakers. I'm gonna be like, you're a motherfucking Quaker. You know that?
No, okay, well, be careful because that might actually mean something. And we don't know what it means yet, so we're gonna look it up. And
Start screaming at the Alexa
where
upstairs.
the fuck? We need to start having Alexa.
I know,
here.
I keep
it's
thinking
like
we
our
should plug her
Jamie.
in,
We
I know.
should plug her in.
Apparently,
Plug it in,
the cook
plug it in.
would leave a meal for the Clurichauns. For his for this service, the Clurichauns would manage the cellar. He's like organizing his fucking wine barrels and shit. He's like, all right, so we got the dark musky wine over here. We got the sweet raspberry wine over here. We got our spritz over there. He literally kept
Wow.
like he fed him and would have a good meal prepared for him.
That was a nice description of wine. I liked it.
I don't know. You explain wine to me. I'm not a connoisseur.
No,
I'm a whiskey connoisseur and liquor. You hate liquor.
All right.
Tell me.
Yeah,
tell me your
it's not
thoughts.
even that. I don't even think. Okay, to be fair, I will. But
Yeah.
starting point, I'd like you to explain to me the difference between an Irish whiskey and an American whiskey.
The way it's kept in barrels. Is it?
That was that. I love that guess. That was a pretty good guess. That was a pretty good guess.
Was it?
No, yeah, it is the way it's fermented, but not quite like
Okay.
that. But with wine.
That's in my hat.
But you want to go with wine? That was pretty good though. I liked your little like eyebrow squint there when you
Okay.
said it. No wine. Like if you walk down, you definitely have your wine separated from
Yeah.
your Merlot, your Cab Sauvs, and then you get into your
What's a Cab Sav?
Cabernet Sauvignon. It's
I know,
so
but what's the difference?
Every name of wine. So like a Merlot and a Cab Sauv and a Pinot Noir. Those are the names of the grapes
Oh, that makes so much sense.
that were made to get.
To be
there.
honest,
Yeah.
I'm not a wine connoisseur. I like my liquors and stuff like that and my beer, but wine
No,
is
but
something
that's-
I like drinking, but I don't fucking know shit.
So
about.
I knew a lot of it. Like when I went out to Alberta, and my boss, I was an assistant GM at a steakhouse.
Yeah.
And my GM was previously a sommelier, and he owned his own wine store.
What is this?
Somebody that takes,
Sounds like a
so
sandwich.
there's 3 levels of wine class that you know, and once you're a championship winesman, whatever, that's the best way to describe it. Saying the word winesman, that's
you
not a
just
real
make
word.
that up? Is it-
I just made that up. That's not a real word. But once you've done all the courses to learn about wine, you're a documented sommelier.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it means you know everything there is to know about wine.
Jesus.
But he was one of them, and he would drill me 24/7 about what kinds of wine. Where
Do you know what the rosé is? Do you
Yeah.
know what the
Well, there you go. You got one, yeah, rosé. And like so,
rosé
yeah.
Sauvignon Blanc?
There you go. You got the white ones. There you go. Keep
Pinot
going.
Grigio.
There you go.
What's another one?
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Yeah, you said Sauvignon Blanc.
I might edit this out of the audio, but for the video,
Moscato.
Moscato, yeah. Chelsea actually likes Moscato.
Huh?
She likes her Pinot Grigio, like all girls. Right?
No, but anyways, that's basically what it is. It's
Why are you
the wine.
slapping your headphones?
I didn't
so
mean.
often?
I didn't mean to. You got me drunk and high.
I let you have one puff of a joint.
You got me.
For all the fans, like, this is going to be fun. This is what we're doing for the St. Paddy's Day episode. So let me get back to Leprechauns. So we all know about this cook. If you guys lost the train of thought, this is what's happening. So they will wreak havoc on your cellar. And this one homeboy that for some reason they called him a Quaker. I don't know why, but his name was Mr. Harris.
Be racist.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
It's gotta be racist.
His name is Mr. Quaker.
Okay, anyways,
his name is Mr. Harris, but he's a Quaker gentleman. So he wears a wig. That's what I think of.
Maybe it means somebody that doesn't have hair.
So we'd feed
I'm so curious.
Okay, he'd feed him, and this dude would manage his cellar. That's why I lost my train of thought. He's managing his cellar.
Okay.
He's
managing it, so there's enough bottles for him to actually spend a day down there.
Be like, all right, okay, so the Sauvignon Blanc goes here, and then we got the Pinot Grigio over here, and he's coming downstairs, he's like, what's up, buddy? How's it going? And he's like, oh, I got some meal for you. And he's like, so I got everything sorted out. What do you want tonight? What do you want? And like, I would do that for a little slave, little man. I'm just
okay. So I googled it.
Yeah.
And just for a fun fact, if you put what is a Q, it says what is a Quaker. That's literally Google's first fucking thing. I don't know if it's because it was listening to me or not. That could be thing, but I put what is a Q. Quakers, also called Friends, belong to historically Christian, known formally as Religious Society of Friends.
Okay, so
members of the various Quaker movements are also genuinely united by their belief and their ability of each human being wow, I'm too drunk to say that word. Exemplary.
Being that's
a hard word to say.
I was about to say
it is in your head, but you can't say it.
We can't do this.
You all know what it is. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Access and light within that God is in everybody. So he's pretty much a Christian, I guess.
I don't like the religious aspect of it.
That's what a Quaker is, I guess.
I'm going to start calling you Quaker, man.
I guess a Quaker's a religious person.
This is going to be edited on the audio, but for all the people watching, Alex, if you're a true fan, you'll be watching. You obviously heard the Hitler and the occult episode that was last week. You should just start calling Alex a Quaker and see, because he's a black gentleman. We'll see if he responds.
He's gonna call me an N-word very quickly.
So we were just watching. So he's hanging out with what essentially, I guess, to the Clurichauns is his friend, and this guy's serving the Clurichauns food to manage his wine cellar and hang out with him and be cool with him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. So the Clurichauns would manage the cellar. On one particular night, after an exhausted day, the cook only left a small amount of meat, some potatoes. And I guess that's it. Just some potatoes. He just left he's like, usually I cook this motherfucker up a steak. Like he's cooking for, like he's in 2016 cooking for his dog. And I'm gonna make him steak because I got no woman in my life right now. Was that like how you felt?
Me?
Yeah. Didn't you had a dog and you were single and you just be like,
I didn't cook.
I'm cooking a steak.
No,
for me,
I didn't cook
for me and her.
I would have if I did cook, but I didn't cook. I went to fast food joints. If there was no fast food joints, absolutely.
So Billy's dog will die extremely soon. So
me and my dog had French fries together.
Prayers to Khloe Kardashian.
You think a cooked steak is good
Why'd
for
you name
a dog?
Her Chloe? Okay, we're not getting into this
because it was a nice name and it was already given.
So he apparently the cook would have his meal for the Clurichauns for his service, and one day, he only fed him potatoes. So enraged the Clurichauns,
you get nothing but taters.
So he enraged
until the famine.
He enraged the Clurichauns, and that marched upstairs and took the bewildered cook. So all of a sudden he's like, "What are you doing out of my wine cellar? I thought you were organizing.
This is my kitchen.
Thought you were organizing between the Sauvignon Blanc and the Pinot Grigio. I thought that's what you were doing." So he marches upstairs all fucking angry and dragging her, because his wife, downstairs, or I guess it's supposed to be Mr. Harris, but it says that he drags her downstairs and starts beating her. Oh, so he beats the guy's wife because Mr. Harris was
shit.
So this leprechaun's like,
damn. This leprechaun's strong.
Because obviously
he's got some strength.
Obviously this
100p.
Obviously this story.
I like that.
100p.
100p.
Obviously this story.
When'd you get that back from? I didn't know when you re-grabbed that.
I made you give it to me.
Did I grab that for you?
Yes.
I don't remember that. Anyways.
So He literally, obviously, because it's a kind of an old dated story where it's saying that the female cooked and made the food, and the guy just brought him down and started feeding the leprechaun or the Clurichaun to essentially manage his wine cellar. So when he only gets potatoes, the Clurichaun goes upstairs, drags the wife downstairs, beats her, and then the husband
motherfucker never gave
crazy.
me meat.
And the husband was so enraged that he was determined to get rid of this Clurichaun out of his life.
You know what? All I'm thinking, I can't stop thinking about it, is how desperate of some man was to keep his family when he was so boring. He's like, wait, I'm interesting. Let me tell you a story. And this is where this came from.
So,
he's like, I swear to God, I'm not a drunk all the time.
No, yeah.
I know things that you don't know. And let me tell you.
You know why I was downstairs for so long? I was organizing the wine cellar. Do you see how there's Pinot Grigio next to Sauvignon Blanc, the only two that I can remember, next to the red wine? And then there's the white wine. And then we have the kind of pea-looking wine where it looks like someone's pee-pee. And we have that over here. And then we have this other wine that is kind of red wine, but it's not. And then
that's
he's
rosé.
He's like,
are you talking about PP? You're talking about ice wine?
Oh, ice wine is delicious. But so
I don't think I had ice wine back then.
Organized by color. Hey, honey, that's not how it goes. No, wait, by color. And then there's the leprechaun doing the Clurichaun doing the whole time, and he's just
it's like I really don't know nothing.
He's
just
in the other room watching hockey out the window. Because they didn't have TVs back then, so he's just
you think they had hockey back then?
I'm just joking. All right, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, fun fact: they would never have ice wine either. You know where ice wine came from?
From sugar.
No, ice. The reason it's so sugary is because when this would have been a sick fun fact, but I'm gonna tell it anyway right now.
Okay.
When you have a grape vineyard, and then it's ripe for harvest, right?
Yeah.
So now all your grapes are ripe, and you go to pick it to go make wine.
Yeah.
But one daring motherfucker went,
I'm gonna piss in this.
No, he's like he tapped his buddy on the shoulder. He's like, don't pick anything yet. Leave it.
Oh shit!
And he's like, fucking leave it.
Yeah.
And they left it until it started freezing, and it's wintertime. And then you pick as fast as you fucking can to salvage as much as you can, because when they make ice wine, so out of a vineyard, I think I don't know.
It's gotta be fast.
No, I don't know about the exact number, but about 75% of the entire vineyard goes to waste when they make. That's why ice wine's so expensive, because
that's why you get your kind.
No, because they take frozen
Mexicans.
grapes. They take frozen grapes. And then they make wine out of those frozen grapes after winter already hit. No, because when they freeze, the sugar content goes through the roof, and that's what makes it so sweet.
White wine, or ice wine.
No, that's
ice wine's delicious.
It's fucking sugar,
sugary as shit,
pure sugar. But that's what it does. An entire vineyard.
But it's like maple syrup, where it's not that bad for you.
Yeah, but if they wait to make ice wine, 75% of their profits are gone because they chose to make ice wine. Because 75% of those grapes are going to be garbage. They're not going to be able to make the wine. Only 25% of what you pick out of that entire fucking vineyard is going to be able to make wine. And that's kind of cool, isn't it?
No, it actually trips me
that
out.
one daring motherfucker said, wait, I want to see what happens when winter hits.
That's what they do.
What the fuck?
Hey.
Who the fuck decided to do that in the beginning, you fucking idiot?
Have you ever wanted to taste an apple and a grape at the same time? Let's make a grapple. It's
a grapple?
The grapple exists.
I know, it's cool. I kind of want to try it.
Have you not tried it? It's
I've
weird.
never had a grapple in my life.
And there's it's grapes that taste like apples, or apples that taste like grapes. No, it's grapes that taste like apples.
You don't even know.
No,
you never tried one either.
I had grapes that taste like cotton candy, motherfucker. What the fuck is happening with GMOs and Monsantos?
Anyways, no, you didn't.
So can we just get back into the fucking
carry on.
leprechauns, please? So they're downstairs. He drags his wife. The leprechaun drags the wife downstairs for only cooking him potatoes. So this guy is pissed. He is mad. So he's outraged and
I'm mad.
He's a mad. So he tried to get rid of the Clurichaun once and for all, because at first homeboy's doing him favors. He's helping out with him. I just blazed a joint. We're drinking. We're having fun for this episode. And he drags his wife downstairs. He gets pissed. He tries to get rid of him once for all. So, having been told that if he moved beyond a running stream, which is crazy, he's like luring this Clurichaun in to be like, let's go and get him out of get rid of the Clurichaun. Mr. Harris attempted to do it just by moving all the household furniture and this.
What do you mean, like rearranging it, confusing
No, listen
him?
to this. The seller's barrels of wine to a river stream. Because supposedly leprechauns or Clurichauns can't cross a stream of water for some reason.
Oh, I thought you meant like he moved it all into a river so he wouldn't understand that he wasn't in the house anymore. He moved his house to outside of a house across a river?
No, he literally moved his shit. It is like literally taking your couch, your TV, and putting it right beside a riverbed and being like,
"This is where I live now. Come get me, motherfucker."
You can't get over it, can you? Can you? He's looking at me, he's like, "Step over the line, bitch."
Come here.
You see that river right there? You ain't getting across it. Because literally...
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
This is part of the folklore and the magic because however the Clurichaun knowing what was happening, he's like, man, they're trying to move across that goddamn river. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wedge my fucking self, my little tiny body, in between two barrels of beer. And that's why these motherfuckers aren't 3 feet. They're like 3 fucking
Why were they
inches.
Carrying 2 barrels of beer at the exact same time?
He moved his wine cellar because that's what
did he do it with a forklift?
No, I'm talking about all the barrels. He moved all the barrels, his furniture from his home.
But you would have moved it one at a time.
It's a ridiculous story. This is folklore. This is not fact.
If somebody walks down to his beer cellar, he's like, there's 2 barrels here. Better move it at the same time because I'm the fucking
What
Hulk.
it says, and this is the legend, that Mr. Harris attempted to move all of his household furniture and cellar barrels and wine to across this river.
Yeah, in one go. In one go.
We're not saying
at the same
one
time,
go.
buddy. Just
we're saying
yes, you are. You said he wedged himself.
Now?
You said he wedged himself in between 2 barrels. So that means both barrels would have been carried at the same time while he was inside of both of them. So somebody was strong enough to pick up 2 barrels of fucking booze, connected, and been like, I wonder what's inside
Billy
this.
never seems to get it. Get it, okay? They had horses. They had donkeys or whatever they had.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
No, you don't get it. No, fuck this shit.
Really?
Fuck this shit. I'm mad about this. He goes downstairs. He wedges himself in between 2 barrels.
Okay.
So now the mister wants to come move the barrel and put it on whatever back of carriage of whatever he had.
I understand the flaws in the story.
Yes. So
Billy,
he picks up both barrels at the same time.
This is not real.
This guy's Hulk strength.
Real.
No, I'm mad about this though. I don't like this because a lot of stories, at least you can't poke this bad of a hole in them.
He was just having fun. However, the Clurichaun knew that he wedged himself between barrels, and they began to move a wagon load of goods. See how you don't let me finish?
No, you didn't know. You didn't know either. You did not know.
Because I just said, what are they're having a horse, they're having a carriage, they're having a wagon.
No, you said I thought he wedged himself in the basement. You didn't even know.
They were
that was my
their
point.
stuff. His whole thing is he's moving it to a river.
Okay, but even that means the
All right.
the horse.
Again will Billy be smoking even a puff of a joint of weed.
That would be fair. I'd enjoy that. But
that was a puff.
But even that means the horse has to cross the river.
It's gonna be longer than the same Valentine's Day.
Are you making the horse cross the river too?
Okay, yes, the horses can go in water. Okay,
yeah, but they don't like it.
Jesus, let's get
into
into
this.
this.
Their things
However,
wet.
the Clurichaun knew, he wedged himself in between barrels as he began to move with his wagon load of goods. He heard a noise. The Clurichaun called out, "Here we go, Master. Here we all together." "What?" shouted Mr. Harris. "Does thou go also?" "Yes, master, to be sure, master. Here we go, all together." "In that case," replied Mr. Harris, "let's the carts be unloaded, and we will all just be where we should be." Mr. Harris died soon after. So literally, he was
They said, "Fuck it, let's just unload here, and we're gonna live here."
It is said, however, the Clurichaun still haunts the Harris family. So essentially, he's carrying this motherfucker along.
Oh shit!
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm hiding here," and he's like, "Yes, let's go, master. Let's go towards the where we're going to hang out." Like this guy's literally.
I like how he calls him master to give him a little bit of a boost.
A little bit of a boost. It's like they're such little assholes. It's ridiculous. Like they will be like, "I'm coming along. I'm coming. I'm here. I'm here right now. I'm coming along."
Sounds like my dog.
Yeah, oh yeah, most dogs.
Get the fuck out of here. You're not coming with me.
And he wanted to unload him and kind of where we are, we're just gonna leave everything where it is. And then he died after because the curse. But they can be merry and even quite charming, but they play pranks. The biggest thing about leprechauns and Clurichauns or whatever, there's many different versions. The Clurichauns, leprechauns seem like the biggest folklore.
Yeah.
But how they play pranks on people, and they're usually unpleasant. At times, due to their excessive drinking and their short tempers, they have a little gauge or care for the troubles for others. So they don't give a shit about what the pranks they're playing.
I thought you said they had a little gauge, like they pulled it out of their pocket, going like, "What am I doing today?"
I think a gauge by a gun, like. See me? You think I'm a little man?
That's what you
I got a gun that weighs 10 times more than me.
And this is where the problem is. Just don't say anything.
So, and it's kind of crazy. So, they don't give a shit about the pranks they're playing upon you and your family and what's happening.
It's like, don't fuck with me.
So, unless you want your booze and your cupboard cleared out.
I like my booze. I want to be the one to clear my cupboard. This leprechaun, I'll call him Alex. That motherfucker drank my beer yesterday.
I'm really?
Still mad at him.
Really?
Nah, he had a couple, but I thought he wasn't drinking, but he had a few. And then I was like, fuck, that's less than I thought I had at home. I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I came home to 3 beers instead of 5, and I got mad about it.
So to get into why the Clurichauns are so...
It's bad.
Yeah,
that's bad. I gotta stop drinking.
You're in an intervention right now.
This is my intervention.
All right. So the thing is, they play tricks like they're clearing your cupboard out of booze, or they'll turn your milk sour and your eggs will rot. So they do slight pranks that will just obviously piss off someone during the 18th century. Like, you know what I mean? Or like when before they had TV, someone has rotten eggs.
That would piss me off.
Honey,
now.
I guess we have to go to the stall.
I'd have rotten eggs. I'd have a temper tantrum.
So
these motherfucking things, and you throw them against the wall, and you feel like these are garbage now.
Is that how you think of cats, right?
That's what all cats should do: is die against the wall, exploding. 100%. I hope you all have cats that you love because I'm coming for all of you.
Holy shit! They have been known to harm livestock, and we're still talking about the Clurichauns, the leprechauns, drunken cousin for anyone that doesn't know, and even people should have any. They shouldn't have anyone stand in their way of their acts of debauchery because they'll fuck with you even worse. Yeah. And there's tales of even sheep and cattle falling ill and family members catching the pox after maybe disgruntling Clurichaun or making Clurichaun mad. You end up fucking with him so much where he's like, all right, well, there goes your cattle. There goes the alcohol that makes you feel better when your cattle dies or you don't have money. So you make your own booze out of old banana peels.
I was going to say a big metal toilet.
They had outhouses. They shit in the ground outhouse at the time. That's what you do. You shit in the ground.
I always go to prison.
Although
that's the only way I know to make my own booze.
So you want to get into it?
What are we getting into?
So we're getting off the Clurichauns. The Clurichauns are one of my favorites just because and the funny thing is we wanted this to be, better than the last episode we filmed, and we're just getting just as buzzed as we did before.
Yeah, I'm really fucking drunk.
You had just one little fucking joint.
I consistently tell you I can't handle it.
You had one little puff.
That's cool. I keep telling you I can't handle it.
Do you want a coffee?
No, I got beer. Why would I want a coffee?
I love that glass. And I didn't even pour my Guinness in my glass. I have a glass too.
Pour whiskey in.
Yeah, it takes so long to get in my mouth. I'm gonna regret it. Fuck that. So all the Clurichauns do is fuck with it. They do it more than leprechauns do, but although we love leprechauns in Canada and in America, because we have a lot of American fans, we love you guys. And quite often, they're in commercials, they're cartoons, horror movies, man. Like we were just watching leprechauns, like they're breakfast cereals. It's the fucking.
Stop yawning. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you took one puff.
Yeah,
of the
I'm
joint.
sorry. You fucking gave it to me. This is all your fault.
The Irish find them to be brutes, bastardized versions of the Celtic actual story that are kind of old and fun. Like, you know, Walt Disney. There was a film called Darby O'Gill and the Little People received a great critical representation after Walt Disney had actually went to a trip. That Nazi guy. We all know who Walt Disney is.
Whoa, what? Okay, so wait, what? They got recognition after Walt Disney did what?
Why leprechauns got kind of more famous into
it's because leprechauns got famous.
There is a movie called Oh Darby or whatever, and the Little People, which is actually
from Disney.
Yeah, and it's from I think it's like the 60s.
I don't think I ever watched that.
I've seen clips of it. It looks
Walt
horrible.
Disney's been around since the 60s.
You know when Peter Pan was made? The 40s. You know when Snow White was made? 36.
Yeah, but not like film like we know.
No, the cartoon. I'm telling you, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the one we both grew up on watching as kids. That's from like 19. I'm probably wrong, but 1938 or 46. It's literally.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, Peter Pan was
right
1947. I know that they were in the 40s.
Shit.
Yeah. That's when they well, as much as
you
Walt
don't
Disney
think it
is
was
an
that long ago.
anti-Semite
You don't
stuff,
think it was that long ago, though.
To me, at the same time, it is only 100 years ago that there was a war with the guy with the crazy mustache and and preached a bunch of shit.
Crazy mustache.
And then,
that was less than 100 years ago.
People so
Holy
sensitive
fuck,
that they have
that was
Dr.
less
Seuss
than
at the
100
show.
years ago. That was only 80 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, man, it's weird. Okay.
That was only World War II was only 80 years ago. Not even. It was like 76 years ago.
And it's crazy now. We're
in 1944, right?
Yeah. Well, Dr. Seuss was
no. 1944. World War II. 1942.
1930. What?
1940.
1939, 1945 is when World War.
Oh,
II
okay.
existed.
I was gonna say I said 1940. So I got the right year. I was like just kind of like clarifying on there. But yeah, that was only 80 fucking years ago.
So
and then Tom here 80 years ago, he's like, Hitler's still alive. I'm like, buddy, you know how old he'd be
he's
right
not still
now?
alive. He could have existed. Maybe he has some like.
Hitler, how old
he's
is
in
it?
Hollow Earth.
Actually, no. Out of
this.
curiosity, though, quick question though: do you know how old Hitler was while he was going through World War II? Like
40s, 50s. He's almost 50.
Was he that old?
40s, I know, almost 50.
Okay, so let's call him 40. He would hypothetically be, what was that, 130 now?
Guess
then?
what? He had technology
120?
to develop some robot brains.
He's
And stuff. Okay, can we fucking get back to leprechauns and
120
Clurichauns? Can we get back to it? Can we
Maybe.
Can we
Okay.
bring it?
Anyways,
bring
I was
it
just
back?
curious.
The thing is, to be honest, for all the people that are watching this on film, you will only get this on film. This will be all edited out in audio. So if you're lucky enough to catch it on this, the only reason why we're keeping this is because we can't. We have to.
Is because Tom doesn't like it.
So
He's fine. He'll get over it. I'm gonna keep interrupting him. All right, fine. I'm done. Carry on.
Okay, so all this stuff happens, right? And then you fucked me up. So these Clurichauns can be married on Pleasant. Okay, so although they're in, like leprechauns are in commercials, cartoons, it's an Irish legend or whatever, right? So Walt Disney's fucking film, and it's essentially a fantasy, and like Walt Disney kind of turned this into what it more or less went to be today, where we celebrate it.
Is now just getting loaded drunk.
It's getting drunk and celebrating this holiday based on a bunch of folklore from Irish.
I like it though. I love it. Everything's always based on.
To be
folklore.
honest,
that's everything we know.
Irish people also brought over technically Halloween, so
that was Irish.
Carving turnips and shit, potato famine
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Well, I guess technically no, but I'm not saying those are
not
some.
all of it.
Oh, okay, no, okay. That was what my
pagan
thing was
eras
saying.
of,
Okay.
like Sam Hain,
Okay.
Celtic.
I was saying like,
but it's still Celtic, so
okay, it's fair trade.
So
right,
unfortunately, it was reinvented. The leprechaun actually changed its color in popular culture forever. And the movie, this is why you have green, why we're wearing green right now, why we're doing this episode and drinking and all the stuff.
I'm done with my head too. That's enough.
Is based on this movie. That this is why Walt Disney seems to change everything. We're like, hey, you want parents? Guess what? You got no parents anymore.
Get up, you're an orphan, you motherfucker. You're gonna die alone. Nobody loves
Bambi,
you.
Everyone.
Bambi. Nemo.
Nemo, yeah.
Is that Disney?
Yes.
Finding Nemo?
Fuck yes, it is.
Is it? Oh, I had to think about it. I thought it was Pixar for a second.
Maybe we shouldn't be so close.
I thought it was Pixar for a second.
Pixar is Disney. Pixar is owned by Disney.
Okay, well, you know they're also two different things, so that
They're about the same company.
that's fine. But
whatever.
like, is Finding Nemo Pixar or Disney?
Yes.
No, but which one?
Everyone, what? Pixar, DreamWorks
At
is
the
not
beginning
the same thing.
of the movie goes either Disney or it goes Pixar. Which one
Pixar is owned by Disney.
It
Pixar
doesn't
is
matter.
a
It doesn't
derivative
matter.
of Disney.
I was wondering.
All right.
All I was
fucking
wondering
shit?
is what Finding Nemo originally was. Was it Pixar or Disney?
Who gives a shit?
I'm curious. I
movie-
care.
KK.
I was like, I care.
That's
about
why
it.
this movie has been like kind of connected. This
Google it now.
I don't give a shit. Darby and the fucking whatever, the leprechaun. This is attributed to why this is connected to leprechauns and St. Patty's Day, even though the creatures have absolutely nothing to do with the patron saint of Ireland at the estimated day. It is kind of like they made Satan or some demon part of Christmas just because they're part of the Christian lore. Because the first recorded leprechauns appeared in medieval tales, the adventures of Fergus, the son of the Leti. In other stories, Fergus Mac Leti, a king, ends up passing out on a beach and wakes up to find himself being dragged to the sea by the Leprechauns, which we've talked about. We know they're like fairies. He then subdues his captors and grants them 3 wishes. So it's like a fucking genie. The entire existence of leprechauns is a cruel joke on humanity. And that's why you bring it back to this ancient shit that seems like they're fucking with you. That's all they are. Is the same way Loki, leprechaun, Loki. It's kind of connected. Like Loki is the mischief god of like Greeks or not Greeks.
But like, was he high key or low?
Stupid.
I like how you went to go
I'm like
too.
Norwegian culture and Icelandic culture.
Do you think that's where low key came from?
You're stupid.
No, I'm not stupid. I'm actually asking a question.
Low key.
Yeah. You think like that's where that came from? Because like what kind of ridiculous thing?
You can find an urban
like where would that have ever come from? If someone's saying low key,
the entire
that's a weird thing
existence
to say.
of leprechauns is a cruel joke on humanity.
Yeah.
I know, it tripped me out, but like
it tripped me out too. I was just asking questions. It's the questions.
Never gave him a hit of the joint.
No, I had. Yeah, no, you shouldn't have. There you go. I hope you learned your fucking lesson, asshole.
A leprechaun's pot of gold is held at the end of a rainbow, a place that's literally impossible to reach because a rainbow is an optical effect that moves farther away as someone gets closer, right?
Except if you get there.
Almost done.
What if you got to the end? What if you rocket ship?
I know it is
really
a thing
fast.
where even because of things like give me a beer. Give me one of my Guinnesses.
You want a beer?
One of my Guinnesses.
You don't have a Guinness.
I do. I have 2 beers in there, motherfucker.
Oh, do you?
Yes. Look for the white. The white.
Oh, you did too. You want a hop house?
Yeah.
That's not a Guinness. That's a hop
Made by
house.
Guinness, motherfucker.
No way, really?
Look at it.
Oh shit, it is too. I never knew that. I never knew hop. I've drank that a lot. I never knew that was made by Guinness.
I guess we made this
No shit.
a perfect St. Patty's Day episode because
It's
we're gonna
good.
go-
We're not outrageous. It's just a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
and that's what I like.
ridiculous.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
All right, so obviously, the first recorded reference to leprechauns appears in the medieval tale. When they grant 3 wishes like they're a fucking genie, and they do all this cruel joking shit. So how it comes from is once you start getting into the ancient culture of this, the Thua Diadain are a race of pre-Christian gods who later in Christian periods were revealed as mortal kings and heroes. They hail from 4 northern ancient cities. The Great, just to be prepared. Philias, Phineas, Goliath, and
Nailed it.
Marias,
Ooh.
which they
all got ass. They're all
they
fat
all of
booty
them do.
bitches.
Which it sounds like, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like we're watching an Avengers movie, and it's like, you want to come to Valhalla and go to Ragartha, and like it's.
I'd be like, I'd like to go to that ass. If you got that big of ass,
big ass.
I'd like to go.
So where
Juicy
they got
ass.
awesome superpowers. So it's literally like why we get leprechauns is if you go far back enough, it is the same way, and they do have it in the Avengers movie where giant creatures that look like dwarf creatures, because what's his name plays them from Game of Thrones, and he's a giant, but even though he's a midget.
Mark Wahlberg.
No, Peter Dinklage.
Jack Black.
Peter Dinklage.
See, you knew the name.
I know.
You didn't ask me to do that.
Yeah, and so things like that. So it comes from this thing where they're dwarf creatures and stuff like that, and they also accomplish awesome feats like replacing severed arms with working silver-plated arms. And that's like oh my god, that's like fucking Mortal Kombat, dude. That's like Jax, man. He has metal arms and shit, or whatever.
Scared. You got real loud, and I'm scared.
Because that's cool as fuck to me. All right, whatever. Back to
I'm just kidding.
Because the new Mortal Kombat movie's coming out. It sounds like Jax, where they literally.
I saw that.
Yeah,
You sent that to me. I was like, is that a fucking video game or is that a goddamn
movie.
movie? That's a movie? That's going to be so cool.
Mitch has been on this podcast once or twice before, and
That's going to be so fucking cool.
But he's super stoked for this. And so they if you have a severed arm, they would make a mechanic arm for you, which is fucking dope as shit.
So cool, yeah.
This is the ancient terms of what leprechauns were, essentially.
It's like nowadays prosthetics.
Yeah, it's true. So, and they could also poison people with their eyes.
That sounds scary.
You're poisoned now.
I don't want to look at you.
Two cameras going.
I don't want to look at you anymore.
But when they ran to the Messalinians, peaceful enemies, they tried to drown them because the Messalinians were closer to their turf. So it's like, motherfucker, you just come on my block, blah 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 blah. You know. They do that and get us.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god! Carry on.
This didn't work, and the awesome superpower of the Thuea de Dana were finally defeated. So these are just based on old folklore, like Greek. And after their defeat, the Messalinians were supposed to be divided the land between themselves and the awesome former superpower heroes they had in this land that could do all these crazy feats of fucking stupid
of whatever that is. Yeah,
and so they did cleverly was they kept the above ground part of the land, and they gave essentially the leprechauns and these people with magical powers the underground. Over time, the leprechauns were popping out from secret magical entrances to the underworld, or the above ground world, I guess now, of Ireland, and said to be a remnant of the ancestors of the Thuea de Dania, which is like Dani. I'm not going to pronounce this.
Nailed it 100%. That's exactly, it's got to be what it is.
So leprechauns can kind of pop out these magical places in the blink of an eye. They just appear and it happens. And these are based on like the same way that Thor, the thunder god, is based on. Yeah, put it on, bitch. So the same way he's putting. Oh fuck!
Don't you call me bitch.
So I'm
gonna put it on because I want to put it on.
So I thought, like, it is interesting because it's based on the same way me and Juan did talk about this stuff when it comes to ancient Greek gods and.
That's a cameo right there, by the way.
Vikings and stuff. So we're almost done this, and we can get into the fun fact of the day.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
So we got two little things about how do you catch one?
How do you catch one? If I had to guess, a big ass jar of peanut butter. Oh no, that's for my dog. I'm just kidding. Fuck you, asshole. You gotta catch a leprechaun, pretend like you have money. It's like a gold digger, just stand in front of the honey. Anyways, get in front of a Lamborghini, pretend like it's yours, even if it's not yours, and like just lean up against it like you know what you're talking about. and then be like, and then have a really nice phone that you like rented from a kiosk.
Yeah.
So like the leprechaun sees you, he sees a brand new iPhone, a nice Lamborghini. He goes, "What do you do for a living?" You say, "Oh, I'm CEO of Facebook." And then he goes, I love Facebook. And then he's in your car, and then you lock the doors, and then before he knows it, your car turned into a 1994 Civic, and you actually don't know what to do with him, but you got him. He's in your car, locked doors. What are you gonna do? How some of those cars don't even unlock from the inside, like one of those creepy vans where like they only lock from the outside. That's how I'd catch a leprechaun.
Okay.
How would you do it?
I can't take it seriously. Just keep it on though.
I'm not being serious whatsoever.
How I would catch one. I would just have a bunch of like booze, like little shot glasses, enough where the little cans can handle it. And
oh, you make like a line, and then with a box and a stick.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. We haven't done a high five in this for a long time. Yeah,
that's how you used to fucking capture kids.
You talking about yourself, there, fucking boy.
I was talking about like Mr. Herbert on Family Guy, but yeah.
Oh, I think you say Mr. Bean or something. I was like, Mr. Bean's cool. Man.
He never hurt no children. He's just dumb.
All right, Jesus. So how do you catch one?
How do you catch one?
Leprechauns are skilled shoemakers and tinkerers, and if you're lucky,
I don't like how you keep saying that.
No,
what the fuck's a skilled tinkerer?
Tinker.
He's like, I tinker with things and I'm skilled at it. I don't like that.
He fucking fix it. You have a shoelace that snapped, he fucking fix it. You have
I just don't like the word tinker.
You have an earring that like is I don't even know what they do really.
No, but that's technically what they do. They just kind of fix literally everything. They're a handyman. That's a better word. Not a tinkerer. I'm a tinkerer.
They like to tinker.
I like to tinker with things.
They're supposed to be good fairies. So if something goes wrong, they fix it for you.
Okay, I want you to go up to a handyman and say, "Hey, buddy, how good are you at tinkering with things?" He'd be like, "Well," he's like, different. "I can fix things if that's what you're asking."
There's old movies about it and stuff
I like
too.
This hat.
I can't take you seriously. If you're a fan and you're still listening to this shit, please watch the video, even if you've listened to this.
If you're still listening to this shit.
But we're going to get to the ending of this and we're in the fun fact. But I'm trying to think if I were really, like, it's essentially distracting them because they're so hard at work that you have to wait till you hear the little ting ting tings underneath the ground, and then you can capture them because if they're concentrated in their work, you can actually capture them. But me to religiously think about how to capture them. I don't know if that's magical though. But they are magical because they can tell you're coming. So like that's why you have to catch them when they're deep into work, like they're deep into concentration.
So they can even tell you're coming.
Yes.
Like the only person that can tell that I'm coming is my girlfriend.
Oh, I was gonna say.
You got the same one. It's that same jokes. Same jokes. Anyways,
when I look at you, it makes me smile, makes me laugh. It just. Even on the side view is fucking funny, but it's just
I can't see what side.
It's just because I feel like I'm talking to a person that works at like Disneyland and like Walt Disney, and
good.
I'm like,
Walt Disney's real fucking drunk.
Take a picture of you. But like, okay, how would I would think I would lead Booze up to it. You're touching things. It's a touch screen.
Oh, sorry.
And I would lead them up. And I would distract them with booze and kind of lead them up to the trail of booze and then have a makeshift thing catch them. And then I would strain.
That's what you got to do.
You know how you ever seen Gulliver's Travels? Anyone seen Gulliver's? Especially the original Disney one's fucked. It looks very fucked up.
I've never seen the original Disney one.
Or the one with Jack Black.
Yeah, I've seen Jack Black.
So they string him down. But I would do it to
Black's.
a little person. I would like string him up and be like, "Give me your fucking gold." And if he didn't, I would just keep flicking him in his like belly as hard as I could.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say his little nutsack.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be worse.
That's what you meant.
To him, it'd be like a brick hitting his like a human finger to a guy like this big.
But like, how would you tie him up? How would you be able to hit him? He's quick. Remember?
You tie him up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but how are you going to tie him up?
So you catch him. You catch him in the bunny trap.
No.
You lead him with booze.
Oh, I got a better one. And if anyone can top this, make a wine cellar. Act like a bitch. Be like,
Like the Roadrunner?
And no. Make a wine cellar. That's real.
All right.
Dig a cellar in your own house. Fill it with top shelf booze. Act like a bitch. Pretend like he's actually bullying you. So he thinks he's winning.
Yeah.
And then before he knows it, when he's chugging, inside that wine cellar you had hooked up, you had a fucking gas hose full of carbon monoxide.
Oh, fuck.
Seeping into it. And just before you go to bed one night, you crank it. And the motherfucker doesn't know what hits him.
That's your own paranoia.
No, that's a good one. No laughing gas or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just fucking knock him out real quick, grab him, and fucking smash his head like a cat.
Whiskey on
Anyways.
So...
I'm not going to kill cats. I'm just joking. I don't want to kill cats.
It's all about... Essentially, you want to get them when they're like, you can literally go to Ireland. You know what you can do? You can go to Ireland. You can find the hills where these leprechauns exist, and you can listen. You just like put your ear to the ground. If you're low, like
anyway. So other than that one way,
you find where that ting 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 is coming from,
and then what? You put your hand through the fucking snow.
It's like I wonder how you. Sorry? I guess you like. What if you fuck up their homes like a bee home?
Yeah, and then they all swarm on you because there's more than one. There's only one working. Yeah.
But so how do you get all of his money? Stare him in the eye. So if you catch one, you stare him in the eye. A leprechaun, one weakness is steady, unmoving stare of a human. So you're just like.
I had to open my beer. I had to move.
You stare at him and you wait. And if you were to catch him with his pot of gold in hand, he would freeze.
Oh, damn.
Frozen.
And then, okay, but he's only frozen while you're frozen, right?
No, you catch him and you like catch him. He's like says like that. I've seen that in fucking movies too. I feel like I'm not here with his golden hand. If you're able to make contact with him. It's very difficult to make contact. This is in quotations. If you're unable to make, it's very rare to make eye contact with a leprechaun, since they're always dancing, playing music, and playing practical jokes. They're so fat. So I'm saying they're not 3 feet.
You know what they need?
They're like the size of a can of beer.
They need
they're like this big.
They need a motherfucker like Billy that's got ADHD to be right on their ass. I will be right up hopping with them 24/7. Let's go, bitch. I will out fucking shake you all day.
Billy could hide a leprechaun in his foreskin. That's how.
And that's how much I move. And that's how much I move.
Good. I was stopping you.
That one too.
Yeah. But,
I don't know. Is it almost time, or do we got more?
Just like literally I said.
Let's go.
But approach him long enough to grab, while he's in your gaze at least, to grab his gold, and you can have the gold to be yours. You have to make eye contact.
Yeah, but
remember
don't they steal it automatically? Don't do that to me right now. Don't they steal that automatically though? Like magically?
You're supposed to like that. You want their gold, so you gotta stare at them right in the eye and be like, "Yo, I'm ready, bitch."
And they'd be like, I guess you.
So, and that's when
I give up. They give up like a bitch.
Full eye contact right here, like we're doing right now. And you reach over, and you just grab it.
Grab his cock.
And then you keep looking at him because he's frozen, right? He can't move.
Oh, but while you're moving,
and
that's
then
not.
I hide it, and I'm still staring at you.
But when you're moving though, that's not unsteady movement. You're moving now.
Yeah.
Unsteady movement's like a deer in headlights.
Remember, can we all remember right now? This is not real. This is not a true story.
But I wanted to be a true story because I guess it's time for Billy's Fun Fact of the Day!
It's a Billy's Fun Fact of the Day. We've already drank too much in Ireland, so let's get to the fun fact.
I wanted to quickly look because there was a year on here that bothered me. Do you know when the Grammys were introduced and why?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
1984.
I actually thought you were going to get a fucking good run. The Grammys were introduced in 1950.
What?
Do you know why?
Why?
Guess.
I don't know.
It's literally fucked up. A group of record executives were alarmed at the explosive attitude of rock and roll. And that's what they considered rock and roll back then.
Was the Beatles actually before?
No,
the
not
Beatles.
yet. Before the Beatles, that was considered rock and roll, and they were mad about that. So they invented the Grammys as a way to keep, in their eyes, real music prestigious.
Do you know who was in the Grammys in the 1950s? Probably not, right?
I can Google it really quick. I actually don't. I really want to know.
That's actually curious to me because, like,
Who won the first Grammy?
I'm a big fan of the Animals. A lot of people like the Beatles. I like the Animals, and it shows how music progresses and becomes different. So if you didn't have like people like the Animals and the Beatles, you wouldn't have the punk music and the era of rock that we end up getting, which ends up leading to hip hop. Also, too, with just like different.
Oh, okay. Well, they hold up. They said 1950s, but the first Grammy was awarded in 1959.
I thought you
So
were saying 80s, and that's right.
technically almost 60.
Yeah.
The very first annual Grammy. Oh, I guess 1958. Wow, this one's different. This is Grammy.com, so I'll believe this one. Grammy.com, first annual Grammy. That's literally what I'm on right now.
What's the website?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the website I'm on right now. First annual Grammy Awards in 1958 was including Frank Sinatra was in the mix. Frank Sinatra was in the first Grammy Award.
Of course he was.
But that was that was a real. So what do you think like the contrary to that was? Like what was the music they felt to need to diminish to make that music more popular?
I'm a big fan of music.
What was
in like
rock
the 80s
music back
and
in the
90s
50s?
and even the 70s, but 50s, man, that's like Frank Sinatra, Ben
So
Bing
okay,
Crosby.
wait. Oh wait, here's the whole like list. So 1958. Well, okay, it says first, even this first annual Grammy Awards in 1958 on May 1st, 1959. I was like, this is annoying. It's 59. I think there was a typo, including Frank Sinatra Jr. Frank Sinatra's original, Sammy
Jr.
Davis Jr.
Okay, yes.
Dean Martin,
Dean Martin, yeah.
Gene Entree, Johnny Mercer, Henry Manchie, and Andre Previn gathered for a black tie dinner awards presentation inside. Gather for awards presentation inside the grand ballroom of the Beverly Hilton. At the same time, other Academy members were gathering at a function held in New York City. The Grammy Awards were a formal event from the beginning and were much within keeping with the times. Come on, this is fucking cool.
I don't know who any of those artists are, man.
Well, as for Sinatra, he unfortunately didn't go home empty-handed. He won his first Grammy.
Of course he did.
Not for singing, but rather as
for being an asshole with the Rat Pack.
Sinatra won his first Grammy for being an art director for his Only the Lonely album.
How exciting was that, man?
Cover.
Oh my God, the Grammys.
That's kind of cool, though.
It's cool.
That's kind of cool.
It's not exciting for the fucking Leprechaun episode.
That's kind of cool. I told you, that's the biggest part about fun facts is it has nothing to do with whatever. I got a better sound. It has nothing to do with what's going on. It's just fun fact from Billy, motherfucker.
All right, we had fun during this episode. Follow all the stuff. There's plenty of merch you can grab. This was just for fun. We were wanting to do this over again and have fun during the Leprechaun special. This is a lot longer than I thought it would turn out to be. And we had a lot of fun doing this, and we're just having fun drinking. And
double fist.
I thought
we're
this
done.
would have
I love
better.
you. We're done.